and welcome to my channel. So you've seen the title, right? So we're gonna talk about some of my fave musky feminine beauties, okay? But before that, I just want to say thank you. I have reached 160 subscribers. There are 160 people out there who decided that, hey, I'm gonna follow, I'm gonna subscribe, I'm gonna watch some videos. And I am so happy. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Thank you. So today I want to talk about some of my favorite like musky feminine fragrances. More often than not, musky for me in my nose and on my skin leans like a powdery type of scent. So you're gonna see me refer musk and powder sometimes interchangeably, although that's not always the case. It's just how I feel with these particular fragrances. So I have here 2, 4, 6, 7 fragrances, and when I tell you the goal was 5, so it's 5 plus 2, and yeah, so that's what I have. So we're gonna go into the first one. The first one is actually from a clone house. I quite love the clone house. It's Dossier, and this is Floral Musk, which I believe to be the clone for Idol or Idol. How do you say that? Is it Idol? Like Idol, like a pop star, like a, you know, like a famous person, Idol, or Idol, like an E, even though it starts with an I. I'm not sure. Anyway, so what's great, they also just put the notes right on here for you. Top notes of pear, bergamot, and lychee. Middle notes of jasmine and rose. Base notes of musk, vanilla, and patchouli. So I'm not sure how other people feel about this. I feel like I haven't heard it compared like this, but it's very musky, powdery, kind of like, the bergamot is not a major star in this particular fragrance, because bergamot for me goes like bubbly, think like almost champagne-y citrus, which it's in here. The bergamot is in here, but it doesn't play a major role. Like the bergamot is there for like the first 5-10 minutes, and it gets sweet. This never leans super, thank you. This never leans super, oh, it's so sweet, but it never leans super, how many times did I say it never leans super? Like screechy, because lychee for me can sometimes get a little screechy. This is a very beautiful fragrance. If you've watched some of my old videos, I have mentioned Idol. I'm just say Idol. And when I first smelled it, I did not smell this. So that could have, and that was months ago. So that could have been one of two things. It could have been my nose was not prepared, or in the store was just a really old bottle that had been exposed to too much light, because it smelled almost like spoil, like it just didn't, like a really thick, obnoxious, booming like grandma scent. And I did smell it like a few weeks ago again in the stores, and that what I smelled was actually like very close to this, which is like a bright, which I think the lychee's definitely giving it that bright type of aspect without leaning screechy, because it has other notes in here like pear, rose, vanilla. This is a very, such a beautiful scent to me. Literally in love with this fragrance. And I think this was like $29. And when I wear this, listen, I'm spray Anna, so I heavy spray all the time, but this lasts like, most of the Dossier fragrances last about 10 plus hours on me. The ones that don't last that long last about 8 hours, which is still a freaking long time, especially with the way my skin loves to eat up certain fragrances. I'm just really impressed with Dossier's juice. Anyway, this is not a Dossier video, but I had to mention it because this is definitely a musky feminine, kind of fun, a little flirty, but also a little sexy. I'm gonna give it a little sexy because it's a little sexy. Oh, next. I'm gonna try not to spend 30 hours on each one. This was gonna be a quite fast one. So this is Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. I think Ariana Grande has one of the best celebrity fragrance lines out there. And I say that with my chest. Ow. Ow. You get what I'm saying? It's just, ouch. It's a lot. I think I like most of her fragrances. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. It's the coconut in here for me. So the main accords are sweet coconut, fruity, vanilla, and almond. Top notes of raspberry pear, middle notes of coconut and pink rose, and base notes of macaroons and musk. Okay, let's discuss this because musk is not an accord on here, but I smell it on myself. Smelling it on here, I'm getting like a coconut, almost like cookie. That's all I'm getting. I don't smell raspberry, I don't smell pear, I don't smell the rose, nothing. It's like a musky coconut cookie. That's all I got on here. And the musk is very tame. On my skin, let me tell you. I'm just gonna, because I just want to give you like, y'all. And that's why you got to try stuff on your skin. That pear punches me in my face, but I realize my skin really loves pear. It's the pear mixing with the coconut in here for me. And there's a bright aspect to it, but I couldn't have told you it was raspberry. And it turns, give it like an hour or two, it gets so musky in a way, like such a clean musk with that coconut, like a sweetened, creamy. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. One thing I can say though, the longevity on this is not the best, but that's not what we're talking about this video. I love this. Oh my gosh. It's so great. It's so great. However, this is not one I would wear like crazy in the spring. I'm excited sometimes in the spring, but I'm really excited to wear this in the summer because it's the coconut, it's the creaminess, it's that muskiness and that brightness that I couldn't tell you was raspberry, but it is the raspberry, and the pear is so delectable. I love pear in fragrances. I think they're literally perfection. The next one I've talked about, I mass create, there's another word for it, but like when you cluster record. So you'll see a few outfits as you go through the videos, like every other video, every 2 videos, you'll see the same outfit. So I just recorded the video and talked about this fragrance in another video. Depending which one comes first, I might be able to link it so you can click on it. But this is Valentino Donna Born in Roma Yellow Dreams. This is literally just a musky, citrusy, sweet, light delight. And it also goes powdery on the dry down. So the main accords are musky, citrus, rose, powdery, aromatic, and floral. I'm sure if I really was looking for, I wouldn't have guessed rose, but literally what I explained to you was what I get. It's a citrusy, musky, sweet, light fragrance. The top notes of lemon, middle notes of rose, and base notes of white musk. I'm so sorry, but he's entertained, so we're gonna have to talk over the chatting mousse that he has in his hand. I love this. This is such a gentle, pretty girl scent. I love it. I think it's an easy grab, honestly, for most people. I don't think this is a super long-lasting fragrance, but I don't think it's garbage either. The next one is a discontinued fragrance, y'all. I have not purchased a backup of anything fragrance-wise. I have for lotions, but not fragrance-wise. And I am trying not to because, like, you know, funds. Buying new fragrances versus having backups. But this is one of them that's making me question, is it that serious not to buy a backup? Because this is discontinued. This is expensive now. But and if you don't know what this is Seafiori. Main accords are vanilla, fruity, citrus, powdery, rose, musky, floral, woody, spicy, and white floral. Let me tell you what I smell. Here's the thing with these main accords. I would take them 70% serious, because more often than not for me, I don't smell all of these accords for the most part. I smell certain ones that really boom in my face, and if I read this, I can definitely get the other one. Okay, so here's what I smell. Automatically, it's citrus on here, and then quickly turns powdery. During that whole citrus powdery situation in the beginning, it's sweet. Throughout the whole fragrance, it's sweet, but this is another soft girl fragrance. It's soft. Oh my gosh, it's almost like a pillow, a cloud, a fluffiness to this fragrance. I don't get spicy. I know it says soft, spicy, but I don't get it. It's a sweet, slightly citrusy, musky, powdery, like, I don't want to say creamy, like a I don't know, like a slightly creamy, milky. I don't know how to explain it. It's like that. Those don't really work because it's a light fragrance, but it's just beautiful. Top notes of blackcurrant and green mandarin. Middle notes of neroli, rose, patchouli, and oak moss. And base notes of vanilla and white musk. So if you don't have the coin for it, I don't think you're going to die. It doesn't last that long on me. I am 4 hours, maybe. But it's such a beautiful fragrance. I don't know if I'm gonna get a backup bottle of this, but it's so beautiful, and I'm really thinking about it because it's very beautiful, very feminine, very soft vibe, very girly. It is a little creamy to me. I just wish it projected more. It's definitely closer. Not a skin scent for the first like hour or two, but close to your skin. And it's just a beautiful fragrance. It's definitely musky for sure, and that billowing cloud of sweetness makes that musk just seem so. These next two is from the same line. Honestly, you could really just use the entire line, but I have to talk about these two. So the first one is Narciso Rodriguez's Rouge. Yo, this is just a sweet, powdery, musky perfection. Okay, this is main accords of powdery, vanilla, musky, woody, iris, rose, sweet, earthy, violet, or aromatic. Boom. This is such a perfectly crafted fragrance, like perfectly crafted. Top notes of iris and Bulgarian rose, middle notes of musk, tuberose, and orange blossom, and base notes of tonka bean, vanilla, white cedar extract, cedar, sandalwood, and vetiver. Vetiver is one of my favorite notes. So sexy. I'm gonna actually leave something up here so you can click, or here so you can click, and I have a video about like my favorite notes or something like that. This is such a well-crafted fragrance. It's honestly kind of like earth-shattering. It is a bedtime scent, a going out scent, an everyday scent. Like, I have worn this in the winter. I have been wearing it in the spring. I haven't worn it in the summer yet, so I can't tell you, but I just don't know if there's a time that this fragrance couldn't work. I think you would just go lighter on the spray. Tuberose in here. The tuberose is definitely a different type of tuberose. And the orange blossom. And I don't think I smelled this before, and I've worn this fragrance a lot, okay? But the more I wear it, the more I smell different aspects, and the more my nose grows through having more and more fragrances come across my nose, right? The orange blossom mixing with the iris is such a perfect combination. And then like you later on smell the vetiver in here, which is such like a woody, sexy, almost enticing smell to me, and sweet and so musky. My husband loves this scent on me. Oh, and it has some good memories now, right? Because I've worn it so many times. The next one is Narciso's Poudre. This one I feel like is very hyped in the fragrance community. A lot of people have talked about this. I like it. I like Rouge better, but I really like this one. This is musky, white floral, woody, aromatic, powdery, sweet, rose, vanilla, balsamic, and warm spicy. So for me, this is almost just like a rearranging of the Rouge. In terms of how much you smell something specific, right? So this is way more almost aromatic, less supremely feminine. I still think it's a feminine fragrance, but Rouge leans so feminine. I almost feel like Narciso Rodriguez's Rouge could have been worn by that chick from Powerpuff Girls, with the red dress. And I don't think we ever saw her face, and she had like the puffy hair. It's just like a very like hardcore feminine, like almost femme fatale man-eater fragrance to me. This one leans a little more neutral, a little more almost like that girly feminine. In here you have jasmine, Bulgarian rose, and orange blossom as a top note, middle notes of musk, base notes of coumarin, cedar, vetiver, and patchouli. One thing I could say, this is definitely muskier than Rouge, because it's almost like the Rouge, the sweetness and all of that almost like comes together, whereas the powdery muskiness is more of like the main attraction in Poudre. The rose is also stronger in Poudre because it's not as sweet as Rouge, so the rose can come out more. Bulgarian rose to me, not my favorite rose, but I do like it still. And it's the jasmine in here for me. Oh, it's beautiful. I love this. This is also like, this is almost like a comfort. Like I wear this like in the house more than anything, although I could most definitely wear this out. If I were to go out, I would wear this more to like going out to the movies with my husband and stuff like that, like soft, fun, close cuddle type of vibe for this. And then the last one is this is a very new fragrance, but I have to mention it because when I smelled this, Musky is not an accord. Oh, it is an accord. Sweet perfection. It is an accord. So you got fruity, sweet, rose, floral, musky, and amber. And then you have, ooh, boy, oh boy, what did I just do? This is like such a nice fragrance. But musky is an accord. I didn't think it was a accord for a second there. So your top notes of big strawberry, blackberry, musk. Middle notes of May rose, rose, and peony. And base notes of cashmere wood, praline, and amber. This is a great fragrance. This is a beautiful fragrance. I'm sad it's discontinued. I'm sad I think if I'm correct, this whole line is discontinued. I don't know why they would do that. I think they can have a very supremely feminine, almost slightly old school vibe because this is older fragrance, and also have their edgy, new, almost modern girl fragrance. And I think they would see good sales in both across the board, because even the modern women are gonna love something like this. For me, Valentino Pink is along the lines, almost, it's not the same thing, along the lines of Absolutely Blooming from Miss Dior. It's like almost a younger sister version, fruitier, a little bit more fun. Still quite feminine, but much more flirty fun than anything. It's the strawberry in here, it's the peony in here, and it's super musky. Like, just even give it like 10 minutes, it starts turning very nice and musky and sweet and perfect. But yeah, that's all of my like musky, feminine greatness fragrance, like my top ones that I truly love. Let me know if you have any of these. Are any of these on your radar? I know this time around I talked mostly about expensive fragrances, which I try not to just do for expensive ones, but Floral Musk and Ariana Grande's Thank You Next are very affordable to me. I'm thinking around like this a $30-$35 range and under is, yeah, 35 and under is quite affordable in my opinion. Everybody's different. I don't think 50 is affordable. So these two out of all of them are like the only affordable ones. But if you did want to spring for a little bit more when it comes to musk and you wanted to make sure it was done right and it's got sweetness to it and very feminine, the other ones that I mentioned also would really, really, really work so well. So thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you have or what you're interested in out of the 7 that I just talked about. And do you think that they're great? Do you think that they're garbage? Do you think they cost too much? Do you think that they're perfect or they're worth more than what their charge is? Anyway, hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.